Alrighty, welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of the Bedroom Studios official podcast. Surprised we've gotten this far. I'm joking, honestly. Last year and a half, 2 years ago, we've got around like 7 episodes, and that was fantastic with the amount of people that wanted to do it. And then finally got back into this, and it's great that we had a lot of people that were like, oh, I wanted to do this like when you first started it. So it's good that I'm getting to actually talk to the people that were basically on the back order, I should say. And one of the people that I am chatting with today is Daniel Joshua of the Goodbye Summer. How are we doing?
Doing phenomenal, my man. It's good to get a chance to chat with you, Mike.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I've seen that you've...
your real last name, or what is it?
No. So real last name's Hornell.
Hornell, okay.
I've
just been saying Daniel Joshua for everything.
Yeah, no, that's the way I like it.
Okay.
It's a bit of a, I wouldn't say it's a stage name, but it's the one I use publicly so people don't hit me up. But you found me anyway.
Well, how I found you, I didn't find you via Facebook. I found you actually through Brandon McCluskey, because we, under Smiling Boy and Friends, we opened for the Goodbye Summer a few years back.
That's right. I was actually surprised by that show. I know Brandon hit me up. He's like, let's play Patties, which I played Patties 100 times, but never like as like hey, we're gonna throw a show there. But the boys were down. Like anytime I throw up a local show, the boys are like, let's do it. There's no questions asked. They want to play the local shows. Versus like I'd rather like play anywhere but local. I like being on the road as the best place to be. But yeah, no, that show, first it was kind of slow getting going. Then we just kind of hit the sidewalk and started saying like, hey, listen, we're playing, get in here. And we ended up walking away with like more money than we normally do from shows, from that Patty show. So it worked out well.
Yeah, I said to Brandon, anytime that I've mentioned like my few month stint playing in Wolfville, because every time I was Wolfville, it was with Brandon. I was originally his bass player, and I said like, oh yeah, every time I left Patty's, I left with nothing less than $90 in my pocket. And then that show, I walked away with 100. Brandon walked away with 100. Alec walked away with 100, and I was like, how much do these guys get?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, no, I forgot how much we made, but like it was like over $400, which is great for a 3-piece in Patties, right?
And I think it was like
a good time, but
$10 at the door. I don't even know how much seats that place has.
I think it was $10 or $15. I don't know where the money came from, quite frankly, because by the end of the night, there was a lot of people in there, but yeah, like capacity of the Patties can't be very much.
No, I think it's like 40 seats downstairs and maybe another 20 upstairs.
Yeah, right.
Math ain't math in there,
The math ain't mathin', and I know it's not a lot of elbow room in there, but I was like, I don't know where this money came from. Someone got paid off. Ponzi scheme. But it was good. We had a lot of fun there. I remember it being a good set, a long set. Like normally we'll play, we'll be one of four. So to play just the two bands, us and Smiling Boy, was a stretch. Like we pulled out all our material, whatever we could think of for covers. I remember that one being but it was a good time. It was like that was actually our first local show, I think. So that was a bit of a big hit for people that like us or have been trying to see us from the area, because we usually just play Halifax or New Brunswick and that kind of thing. So it was nice to play locally. Now we've been playing locally a lot lately. Again, mainly the boys just want to play locally if they can help it. So we try to get those going as often as we can. We've got we're playing here in Kentville on Saturday, and we're playing Dartmouth on Friday, which I guess this probably comes out later. And we're playing Monty's, our first time at Monty's.
Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah, so never played Monty's. Like it looks kind of cool, looks kind of not cool, and we're gonna see what it's all about. Have you ever played there?
Man, you want me to? I'll quickly hype you up for Monty's.
Don't. I'm expecting nobody to be there.
Oh, no, Monty's is fantastic. You were the guys that were like, oh yeah, we filled out Gus's on a Sunday, and I was like, oh, okay, these guys are the real deal. But Monty's is probably one of the best sounds, like best sound experience in HRM.
Excellent. It looks
Like,
like a legit stage anyway.
yeah, it's a small stage. You're not like climbing upstairs or anything, but you have a stage, and then the where the drums and the amps like all lie is like maybe a step. There's monitors everywhere. It's DI boxes everywhere. There's mics everywhere. It's all backline amps. I think it's 2 guitar amps and like a full stack bass amp. Um, Mics up the wazoo. If it's Zach Lacey on the sound, then you're in good hands. Or if it's Bruce
Yeah,
Nelson, you're also in good hands.
excellent. Yeah, I'm not totally sure who's doing it, but I know that they've got a guy, and yeah, it's gonna be us. Life Left record year, so it's gonna be a banger of a show. Even if just the boys show up, it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so actually, I did my first ever show under my name because I've played there with other bands, but under my name was actually a few days or maybe a few weeks before I actually met you. That's it's it's wild. Um, I mean, the amount of times I've been on that stage before, and the amount of times I've played, but it's like, oh, Bill is under my name now.
Hmm.
Oh, this is terrifying, but it's great. Yeah, like you'll probably have like the best monitor mix there. I don't know if you guys do in-ears, but like there's wedges everywhere.
Yeah, no, I if I can get in ears, I love them. Alex, my drummer, definitely dies for in ears as well. But usually, like just as out of just to be comfortable, I try to avoid it so that if there isn't in ears, it's not a big problem. I'm kind of like that anyway. Like if I can get away with just a distortion pedal, I'll do that versus having too much on my rig. Um, with that said, like I don't know, I probably regularly have like 5 or 6 pedals these days, but I try to keep it as stripped down as possible in case anything malfunctions. It's it's not a problem to go without it. You know, like you get drummers double kick doesn't work and now they can't play, or like a keyboardist no sustain pedal can't play. As long as I got some gain, I'll play. I even like one time I didn't have a pedal or an amp and I just got them to heat the gain up on the mixer and dehydrate in there. And I was like, you know what, this is cool. I'm playing punk rock. This is fine.
Oh, oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah. Fuzzy, not ideal, but I wasn't gonna be a diva about it.
that's I've had I'm usually like very big on the inventory when it comes to shows, and nothing really ever craps the bed. But there was one time I had my amplifier and I forgot cable to go from the cab to the head to the cab.
Oh yes, yep,
And
showstopper.
I just drove out from downtown Halifax to go grab extra gear. It was a very like last minute show. I was there regardless, and then like the rest of the band just was like canceled. So I had to
Oof.
grab my country band, which was just a duo at the time, and I was like, okay, we're playing tonight and tomorrow. We have to quickly go back to Sackville to go grab my stuff back to downtown Halifax. I forgot the cable from the head to the cabinet. Thank God I had a spare DI box.
And a spare band. That's helpful.
Yeah, well, I originally brought the guy because one of the guitar players was like, "Oh, I'm actually not playing tonight. If the front man actually communicated, he would have known
Ugh.
that." Ooh,
That-
he was like, "I'm in Sheet Harbor playing baseball, dude. I'm not playing guitar." So I
Yeah,
was just
we've
like, "Well, I got this guy that also plays old country. He plays old country with me, so like, just tell him the key and he's solid, right? He'll know these songs." And then all of a sudden, front man, who's also the drummer, nah, I ain't playing tonight. The
rough.
contract went, and I said, "Well, I can play. We've been playing for a few months now. We're pretty tight." I said, "Okay, I have to go grab some stuff." And she was like, "I'm sending you a new contract. His contract's void. You're getting a brand new contract. You're getting the pay." And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!"
Excellent.
But
Yeah,
that was
it
like,
helps to kind of own that,
yeah,
especially if you can just back them up.
100%. And now like we play there with the 5-piece country band, and it's just, oh man, the two fans on the stage. Oh, it's still warm as. I still love it though. It's
That's the heat
it's
is something you can't really practice for. Every time I'm like, we just ran the set so many times, but we didn't do it one single time soaking wet.
no, that's
you know,
another thing about Monty's. There's so many floodlights on that stage.
yeah, it's
Get a
hot, hey.
fan. Get a fan. There's plugs everywhere. Get a fan.
Okay, good advice.
Because
I'm
after your
actually
first set, you're just gonna be like,
Yeah. Well, we're just playing the one set at Monty's, but it's still 45 minutes or whatever, which is a long time to do hot. I
Yeah.
um I actually got pneumonia, so this is a new development yesterday. I found out I have pneumonia. I'm on some pills for it. So I was supposed to jam yesterday. I canceled it. I've got 2 shows this weekend. I'm like, fuck. I sing, so I'm like, fuck. But I'm gonna do it anyway. But I'm resting, so it's gonna be a tough one. Nothing that a bit of throat coat and overconfidence can't help.
Lemon and honey.
Exactly. That's
That's
exactly
why.
me.
That's
Yeah.
probably why you got the tea now. What'd you got there? Chamomile and mint.
This is throat coat and honey.
Throat
Yeah.
coat.
Throat coat. If you don't know throat coat, man, get on the
What
throat
is
coat.
throat coat?
Yeah, so it's like its own flavor. I don't know what the fuck it actually is, probably a flower or something. Right there with all the other teas at Walmart. Throat coat is what it's called. The guy from Coheed's using it. Ariana Grande's using it. That's how I found out about it.
Oh damn! I just do the lemon and honey. That's my go-to.
Yeah, I think it's like probably the same. Um, but yeah, throat coat specifically for it. And like honestly, like if you're having a bad singing day, it's gonna make it into a good singing day, just like that. I've been on fucking, past life on benders and like no sleep, no practice, throat coat, boom, all you need.
I had
It's
a
like it's as good as auto tune as far as I'm concerned.
Oh man, I had one of my friends. He was like, "Man, if my throat was sore, I'd just go take a shot of tequila, then I can sing like 6 songs perfectly." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, no, well, a shot of whiskey goes a long way. Um, I'm actually sober as well. I'm 9 months sober.
Oh,
Yeah, so
congratulations!
I'm off the sauce for the better. Honestly, sing better. Remember the lyrics way easier. Not the whole band, just me.
Oh,
Not the other band was too bad anyway. They're good boys, drinking regulation, no drugs or anything like that.
it's like,
Despite whatever pressure I might have had them under.
oh my god. So, speaking of that, how did the band come together actually?
Yeah, good question. Shit. Um, so I mean, I've always been writing songs. I've had a couple. I had some stuff saved as the Goodbye Summer on Bandcamp, probably as early as 2016.
Oh
It's
my
just
goodness.
something for me to save my shit as. And at the time, it was like titled about. I used to live in Newfoundland, left in the summer, and it was kind of all this emo vibes about leaving home. So I came up with this the Goodbye Summer being the specific summer that I left home.
Oh, that's where it came
Um,
from. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So it's people say goodbye summer, but it's the goodbye summer. It's a specific summer, like n- not unlike the Wonder Years, but years before I ever heard of the Wonder Years, who I love by the way. Um, but yeah, so I was writing songs, writing demos, shit ton of them all the time. Like I don't know if a year goes by that I don't write 20 songs.
Oh my goodness.
Um, oh yeah, all the time. And plus, like I do the RPM challenge in February. I don't know if you ever heard of that. You write 10 songs in the month of February, whether they're good or not. So I've been doing that like every year since like 2010. So I've got that many songs at least. And of those, like, you might get one or two that are good, but usually a song or two falls out of me. Chords, lyrics, words, that kind of thing. Um, and then I met my drummer at work. Um, I work at a bank and he was doing some banking. I had a broken arm because I'd been skateboarding the weekend before and broke it. So that kind of got us on the how'd you break your arm? I was skateboarding. Oh, that's cool. Like talking about Warp Tour, and he started name dropping bands. Seosin, A Day to Remember. I'm like, I know these bands, love these bands. I started telling him, I play guitar, write songs. He was like, oh, I play drums. I'm like, oh shit, dude, I need a drummer.
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. And it's like all he does. He loves drums. He's a drum nerd. Like no matter what, like we could be just watching like the news. If a drum kit comes up, he's like, these are those drums. He's like a little bit autistic when it comes to the drums, if I'm being honest.
Bro is Travis Barker. Bro's actually Travis Barker.
Right? He wishes. No, he's really good though. But he can lay it down. So if I'm like, this part needs to be cha cha, and then it's got to go into boom boom chapa boom boom chapa. He's like, cool, say less, and he's in it. So I just gotta show up with some chords and lyrics, and he'll get right into it. Um, So that's been like mad synergy since I met him. Like me and Alex hang out a lot and crush out songs until his wife tells us to fuck off. Which is very like we're blessed pretty late in the night, like 12 o'clock. She's like, okay, we're good.
Yeah,
We can go.
that's a good cutoff time.
Yeah, like anytime after supper until like midnight or 1 o'clock, we're good. Which is great. His daughter loves it when he plays drums. Like
Aw.
loves to sleep to the sound of him playing drums. A very good situation. So we jam after bedtime. And then Brad, so bass. I met Brad at a bar. He was sitting at a table. There was no tables left, so I sat at his table. That's kind of how I met him. Um, and then he was doing a set at Patty's. He was playing some Thrice cover, I think. And I kind of got up. I was drunk as shit. I got up and sang like half of the hook or whatever. And I think he was kind of like he was half like, who the fuck's this guy? And also like, hey, this sounds pretty good. Um, so then it was oh, actually no, he was doing all the small things. And the
Oh.
na-nas. So I got up and did the na-nas. Um, and I'll get back to that in a second, but
Oh.
a couple months went by. He hits me up on Facebook. He's like, "Hey, listen, like I'm playing Patty's. I think it might have been like his night. Like he was under some pressure to make this good. Um, and he's like, I want to do that song again. I was wondering if you want to come up and do the nanas. And I was like, well, fuck yeah, that's simple. I can manage that. But also, I've got a drummer now. Maybe we'll put together a band. And he's like, fuck yeah, let's do that. So we put together like a cover band. We called it Chicken Soup. This is like 2018 or 2019. 2018 Chicken Soup, I think. Um, we played like Happy Holidays, You Bastard, bunch of Blink songs, some Green Day shit. Um, and like really that was the Goodbye Summer, just without any of my songs involved and without calling it the Goodbye Summer. So we started jamming that way. Then we had some backyard gig um, at Alex's buddy's house because Alex had another band, the Night Shift, who played like a lot. They get paid, like it's a good band, like a wedding band. Um, and they just wanted an opener. So like, well, let's get Chicken Soup to open. So
Oh
fuck
boy.
it, Chicken Soup can open. What songs we're gonna play? I don't know. We are kind of figuring it out. I was like, well, listen, like let's do like these three covers, but can we do this one song that I wrote? So we did this one song I wrote. It's called "I Want to Stay." It's about wanting to stay back in Newfoundland. Very Goodbye Summer esque, um, which was on our first CD. But we played the set, and everyone's like, "Man, what was that second song?" Like people really cared about that song. Um,
That's amazing.
yeah, right. Which was like, yeah, I was like, boom. So boom, my ego goes to the roof. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do my songs. Been waiting for this. Got the
Like
validation I need. At least three
motion
people were
engaged.
thinking
There we
it's
go.
cool. Yeah, exactly. And like, quite frankly, my songs are easier to learn. Like, they're a very like cookie cutter first course. First course is all 4/4. If there's 5 chords in a song, I fucked up.
Oh god.
um, yeah, they're all the same 4 chords over and over again. Very easy on everybody. Um, so me and Alex were like, let's put together a 10-song CD. Fuck it. We'll make get a logo going, get an album cover, put out a CD. So we started doing that. We had a show lined up. Like our first show ever was gonna be at a skate park. It was gonna be like on a half pipe. It was gonna be super sick,
Oh, that's
super
sick as
some
fuck.
some 41 esque. And then COVID hit, and boom,
Oh.
show got canceled. The band is like, what are we doing? We had this all lined up. But anyway, so throughout COVID, we were still jamming, and we ended up finishing up this CD and stuff. So a lot of people think we're a COVID band, but technically, like we got canceled with COVID, and we
You're a
also came back with
pre-COVID
COVID.
band.
Yeah, we're like a pre-COVID COVID band. Um, because like our first show, like that wasn't these other not really shows. Like our first like get a poster, get other bands, play a show was Oasis in I want to say it was like early October 2021.
Oh, you
So
played Oasis.
yeah, that was our first Goodbye Summer show. We were with a bunch of like hardcore punk bands. Girls Like Guns was one of them. Might be the only one that's still on the go. And it was like people still had masks. You could drink sitting down. It was all those weird COVID rules. Um, like if you're standing up, you need to have a mask on. If you're sitting down, you can take your mask off. So like most people were like sitting down, but like it was oddly sold out too, which was crazy. So like we had nowhere to go but down from there.
I've never heard
And
that
like
saying before. I like that.
yeah, and I remember we got paid like it was like $80 or $100 or something like that. I kept the money. I got the envelope with exact same dollar bills in it because I was like, this is cool. I'm gonna keep this. I just took money from my own account to transfer off. So I basically kept the original couple $20 bills that we got. And I remember like we were so stoked, but then we're driving home, we're like, huh, like that place was sold out. We got $80. We got ripped off.
Yeah, that
Um,
math isn't mathing. How many? Like how
no,
many?
not at all, right? But hey, whatever. We were like, fucking, who cares? We are like stoked out of our first show, and quite frankly, we've never really been too concerned about the paycheck. Um, but yeah, that was the birth of Goodbye Summer.
That's a big. That's a big process to attain that. I didn't know. I thought you guys were just like immediate. Goodbye summer. I didn't know a damn thing about chicken soup.
Yeah,
None of
no one
that.
knows Chicken Soup. No, not that we talk about it much either. Plus, it was like kind of a cover band, but just like at one point covered a Goodbye Summer song effectively. And like speaking of covers, like I fucking can't learn songs, man. Um, like it's bad. Like if we're doing a cover, I'm all year learning that fucking cover and like up until the minute, like cramming for like all my mental energy goes into this goddamn cover. Versus like Alex and Brad, like they will cover entire bands. You know, they've covered entire bands. Like last year, they did an entire Alexis on Fire cover set, which like I don't think I can learn a single Alexis on Fire song, let alone the fucking words to it, and then do it.
I'm like that as well. I actually, if I like a song, I'll learn it. Yeah, so it's like I got so many, still learning so many songs. Like I got picked up as a duo for this or just the guitar player basically for this duo for just modern country, and it's just like so this song in the set, so this song in the set. I'm like, all right, let me go look at it. Like
Man, you think you
half
know
of them
it,
I can
but
just do
fuck.
without. Like I remember because they're easy, but there's ones that I'm like I don't remember. I need to have something in front of me.
Hmm. And I'll be like, listen, can we just play it like this way because it's easy and no one cares anyway? And then the guys are like, no, like it goes this way. We've got to play it that way. I'm like, fuck,
Yeah,
like
no, that's. I mean, I
cut
keep
these
myself to that
bridges out.
standard.
No
Then you
one
gotta
knows
like play
them.
like that anyways. I'm like, I will play it as best as I can to the recording with just an acoustic guitar, but like that's how the singer's gonna know the song too. So I can't do fancy schmancy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like some of the words, I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna know these words. Quite frankly, I'm not gonna know half the Goodbye Summer words.
Uh oh.
Um, so like to get right into covers, songs people love, it's rough. But we'll usually try to get like a cover or two in each set. It helps spark up the energy of the set. But it's just never something that I've been interested in, mainly because I'm just not good at it.
I specifically do when it comes to covers. It's songs that I like.
Hmm.
You know, a lot of people are gonna want to hear, like the Patty Murphy Die. They're going to hear Chicken Fry. They're gonna want to hear like Living on a Prayer. No, no,
Like
you're
the
gonna hear
Patty Murphy
songs that you
done.
know, but it's not ones that like that are really popular that just suck. Objectively, they suck. You know.
Yeah, they're wrong. Yeah, no, it's tough, and like it gets to the point where if we're gonna do a cover, I'm like, okay, can we do like one of those ones we've done 100 times because I know
Yeah.
it. Or like I'll be like, okay, we can do the cover, but like Brad, you're singing it, you know. Which usually he's like, cool, I'd love to sing. I'd love a bit of fucking airtime, right? And the guy's a good singer too, um, so that helps.
Yeah, I remember hearing because when I first saw the band, I was like, is it just Dan that sings? And all of a sudden Brad starts singing. I go, oh, there's two people. Okay,
Hmm.
because like I had the mic just set up for me because I would sing a little bit of Brandon songs because it was just like, oh man, I'm gonna tell you my setup for Brandon's songs.
Sir.
Oh, I never knew his songs. Never. So our first ever show that we did, we had a few shows, and that one was actually like the last one we had as a full band. But right before the first show, I think about 2 hours before the first show that we ever did together, um, I was over at his house in Wolfville, and I said, "Play the songs." Okay, so here's the order. Okay, I'm gonna write down this order. What you're gonna do is you're gonna play the songs. I'm gonna stare at your fretting hand. I wrote down every chord that he was doing, and that's how I just know the songs. So when it
Fuck yeah.
came to when he moved back to New Brunswick, and he was like, "Well, we got a bass player, a drummer, and another guitarist. We don't have keys. Can you play keys?" I was like, "Yeah, I can play keys." I wanted to play bass, but yeah, I'll play keys. And so I was like, "Thank goodness I have your set list with all the chords how to play your songs." And then he's like, "Oh, we're gonna add new songs, by the way." I started writing some new songs too. I go, "Bastard,
Yeah.
let me see your fretboard so I can write them down."
Oh my god. Yeah, I honestly, my songs are so fucking easy. Like Brad doesn't need to know what I'm playing because he's like, I already know. Like I'm like, hey, I wrote a song. He's like, cool. Say less. Like, let's just jam it. And at this point, Alex is the same thing too. He knows exactly what I'm doing. We've got like this unspoken jam thing. He knows when I'm going to have time when it needs to speed up, which is super nice for someone who writes 100 songs. Fucking weird. Um, and Brad is just like, he's playing bass. All he needs to do is play the fucking root notes, and it's 4 notes per song probably. Um, like your C, G, A minor, F. Change the key. That's the fucking Goodbye Summer. Um, but he'll spice that up. He's just doing whatever to keep himself awake, I think. And it ends up sounding super cool, super punk, right? He's all over the fretboard, and like, and then like if you take that away, like it's really lacking. Um, but like not really needed in the first place. But without it, you really notice, like you notice if he's not a jam or whatever. Uh, yeah, it's like when writing the songs, I'd say is probably the funnest part. The boys love to play. They're like, well, they'll do covers, they'll go play other sets. But for me, like if I'm not playing my own songs, I don't really care to do it. Um, and like even just like go like even this weekend, I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be a drag. I gotta go out and do this. But obviously, it's also that validation of like people actually listen to my songs. That's super cool. People are showing up for the band. Like it's a good feeling. But my real my real love is like sitting in my bedroom and making those songs, starting fresh, putting the click on, putting some chords, layering it up. Um, I got a couple different approaches. Like sometimes I have something I want to say, and I'll start there on my phone with a note and kind of start just like writing in some kind of stanzas or like iambic pentameter. Um, but most of the time, I'll just start with a guitar and the click, start rocking that thing out, get some loops, get some palm mutes, get some bigger parts, and flesh that out over like a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and then just fucking hum or like whistle over the song. So I'll just be like na 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 na. Do that through a whole song until I get a section that sounds pretty cool and unique. Cut it, paste it, make a song that's basically a song, but it's no English words on it yet. um, but like certain words will bubble up and like na 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 all the way home or some shit like that, and then I'll hang on to the words that bubbled up and start writing lyrics to that. Um, and then give it an hour and I got a fucking unique original song. Um, that's done, ready to go. Then you'll usually just like relearn at least the hook of it, kind of the melody of the verse, run it up to Alex's house, be like, okay, I got this. And he's like, okay, cool. Right. And usually he'll be like, okay, what if we went here with it and like make it into something that is more than just first chorus, first chorus. So it was all me. I'd be like crashes on the hooks, close hi-hats, every single fucking song.
Yeah.
But he'll switch it up and make it good, right?
So, uh, where does the recording for
Fucking wherever, dude. So I
wherever?
where fucking ever. So like I mean, like I don't really have like a place to record of my own. So combination of like rooms, apartments. Um, I will usually like as far as doing the guitars. So I'll do like a scratch track at home, wherever home happens to be. Um, Great now I'm at my girlfriend's house. I've got a banner up to cover up the flower paintings. Um,
Did
this
you
this,
set
this
that
guy.
up before I called, or you called me?
I set this up. Yeah, we're like anytime I'm doing, if I'm like recording here or doing any video stuff, I just need to get in the mood. I hang this up. I usually bring this to shows and stuff like that. This is not permanent. Um, so like I'd record here probably. Like I got my interface, little keyboard. I got a Shure mic here sitting on the desk. And I'll DI and record the guitar, do some vocals. Um, And Alex usually calls them 911 vocals because like they're not like your full on vocals. Like I'm not like belting out like this isn't final product vocals. Like it's kind of sounds like I'm calling 911 in a closet.
Oh, you're
We're
just
like
very quiet when you're singing. You're
I'm
just
very
like
quiet, just like getting
na
the
na
tune.
na 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 na.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like so it sounds like I'm calling 911 from a fucking closet. Um so we'll get like so the demos, they're 911 tracks is what we call them in the band. And it's usually like me on guitar, my voice doing whatever it needs to do to get the tune across, and then I'll bring that to Alex's house, and he's got like drums and shit, and a room we can be loud in. Um, he'll lay down the drums, and like we'll kind of flesh it out a better. And then once that's done, I'll re-record guitar, probably still back at my house or wherever home happens to be, and Brad will do his bass at generally his house or at Alex's house, and then I'll do all the shouting either at Alex's house, recorded in the backseat of my fucking car.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, a lot of recording happens in the backseat of my fucking car.
Hell yeah, dude.
And like there was a time that I like most recently, like I'm working on some Goodbye Summer tracks now. I rented an Airbnb, went and shouted in there for 3 days, which was cool, but I found like it was almost too much pressure. So I don't really like the takes that I did at the Airbnb as much as like the backseat of the car. Specifically, I'll park at Silver Lake down in Lakeville here in the valley. It's like my go-to recording spot. Um, get the headphones. I bring the Shure SM7B. Put some t-shirts in the windows, and it's fucking party time.
That's punk as fuck, dude.
It is, man. It is, and it's so fucked because like of all the people I know, like I'm the only one who's doing the recordings and doing the songs, and I'm like the only guy who has no fucking place to do it. So
Where
yeah, I'm
does
working
so
on it.
everything gets recorded, and then where does like the final step? Where does that take place?
Yeah, good question. So like the mixing, mastering, shit like that. You
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, that varies too. So traditionally, I would just mix and master everything.
nice.
Like I do a shit ton of recording. I do mixing for rappers a lot.
Oh, really?
um, which I find is like kind of easy, kind of not. Like there's a higher, I think like people expected to sound better, so there's a little bit more pressure on it there. But it's just like vocal tracks on top of beat generally.
Oh, yo, 100%.
Um,
I've done it too. But my question is, there's rappers in Kent. No, kidding.
yeah. No, totally rappers in Kenville, um, but wherever they're at, they don't need to be next to me. And just my own shit too, right? I've been mixing and I mean, I think with my terrible recording process, it's made me have to be a much better mixer, really polishing turds. So I've gotten good at like making vocals sound good, even if they were not good. Um, but depending on what we're doing, so like in the, like, I'd say like our peak years, which are probably at this point like 2022, 2023, when we were really at it a lot, gigging a lot, recording a lot. Working on our when we were working on our second album, which got released in 2022. We did all the recording and then we sent it to Mark Weber, who I forget the name of his studio, but he's in Illinois.
Oh, jeez.
Um, Found us on Spotify, hit us up. He's like, listen, if you guys do anything new, like let me get in on that. Which was sweet because he actually did a really good job and he like produced it too. So like he'd send shit back to us that wasn't even in the song before, or like he either record something on the guitar or saying something. He's like, you should put this in there. And normally I'd be like, fuck that, like that's my job. Don't tell me what the song should be like. Um, but in this case, I was like, shit, that is really good. There's stuff that like we'll play it live like that and everything. Now, like this is how that song fucking goes, which was really cool, good experience for us. Um, I think one issue with that experience where we were sending him tracks and then he was mixing them and sending them back, is eventually like the song was too far gone to make a change. So
Oh.
if like Alex had a fill that was like, yeah, maybe I should have changed that fill. It's like, well, it's so deep in that song right now, like we can't even fuck with that. Or like if I sang it a certain way, like it's already done. And like we kind of went with that album. We had like a release show lined up. We're like, we're gonna release it on this day. We're gonna do all this stuff. Like, took it quite frankly way too seriously. Um, and it gave us a deadline where like we need to have this song done by this date in order to fucking all this shit. So there's no
That's
like,
the scary thing.
yeah. So like honestly, the whole thing came out undercooked. Mark made it sound the best that it could, but I think we would have probably input better had we just had more time to do it. Um, but I mean, on the converse, like we haven't put out any records since 2023. We've been working on songs. We've got some things recorded, but not having a deadline, nothing ever gets fucking done.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take as long as you let it take. So I think there's something to be said about having deadlines and also something to be said about not having fucking deadlines because art. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bitch.
I mean, last year I didn't really release anything. Um, it was I started releasing in like 2019, so it was like something every year basically. 2025. I mean, I released a deluxe edition of an album I put out a year prior. That was it. So basically, it was like 5 new things. Before them were already like songs you heard before. Just they were all done at Monty's.
Okay.
And
I bet
then
they sounded better.
oh yeah, freaking Zach Lacey again. I'm gonna hype Zach Lacey up forever. He's phenomenal. His live mixes are phenomenal. So this was the first time mixing like from a live aspect, which like I need to like hone it like real quick to make this sound good.
No, the okay, off the floor recording, a lot to be said about that. So we like just about right before we released our first album, me and Alex got super fucking drunk and recorded the entirety of the Sad Boy Buzzwords EP. Which like is really good Goodbye Summer shit. If you're not familiar, I would go back and listen to Sad Boy Buzzwords EP. We wrote and recorded that whole fucking thing in a night.
Damn.
Most of our best songs are from it.
Damn.
But so like one of our best songs, "Don't Cry for Me," was on that EP. Um, and this would have been 2021 when this came out. 2024, maybe 2023, we re-recorded "Don't Cry for Me." Just like as like an off the floor, like so the drums were all one take, everything was just one fucking take. Um, I guess not really off the floor, like we weren't all together, but like Alex just did one take on the drums, called it. Brad just did one take on the bass, called it. And then eventually me and Brad did vocals at Brad's house. Again, wherever the fuck we could shout at the time. Um, and then we sent it to Future Dad out of Halifax, who he mixed it, and he did a sick fucking job mixing it. I would get him to mix all our stuff if I could afford it.
I thought Future
Um,
Dad was in Kenville.
no, he's somewhere in Halifax.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of Halifax bands leverage him. I forget how I even got tangled up with him, but I was glad we did. Um, and he helped a lot with pre-production and stuff like that too. Like he called me ahead of time. He was like, here's how I think you guys should approach this. Um, Sent it over to him. Wasn't very long at all, and he had sent back, a couple tweaks here and there, that kind of thing, and it was. We're really happy with the way that turned out. Um, but like so professional and like we don't more professional than we probably needed it to be. But we wanted to give that a shot. I think we're probably going to go back to Mark Weber out of Illinois again. I forget his studio name. Sorry, Mark. Um, but he does a great job. It's kind of in our budget, and I really like that collaborative. He is almost like a fifth member of the band. Well, fourth member of the band. We were a three piece.
I was about to say who's the fourth?
Yeah, right. Sometimes I think of it like four. It's like you got your guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. But I'm two of those.
Yeah, it's I never knew. Well, two things. One, well, the back of my mind, I always thought Dad was from Kings County because there were so many county bands that go through him, like Bull Ring. I think Nate Trenelman actually goes well. So I immediately thought, oh, there. And same as Mark Murphy.
Mark Murphy, artist.
Uh,
I don't know Mark Murphy.
I have a strong feeling like Kings County area. He was the sound guy for the Stanfields, but I've seen like videos of Nathan Trenelman and Joe H. Henry record in his studio, which is a barn basically.
Gotcha. I'd say it's probably a Music Nova Scotia thing. Um, those guys are all Music Nova Scotia artists.
Yes,
And
I
I know
ran
John's
into
in with
I
them
ran into
too.
what's his real name? John Mulaney.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but you've got it. Yeah, John Mulaney.
I ran into him once at
Great
last
guy
year's
too.
Music Week. Yeah. But I've heard some stuff that he's been like the stuff that he's touched. Full Rain songs. Good lord, he knows what he's doing.
They're really good. He did an EP with Kids Losing Sleep, and man, that sounds fucking good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it
He's got
sounds
his hands
great.
on everything.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, if you're busy at it, that's the way to go. But yeah, no, he did a great job. Don't cry for me. I would love to get him on more stuff. But I think what it really is like for us, that was so good. Like we're like, oh, that's gonna last forever. Then we're like, we got extra picky about the songs. We're like, well, let's make sure we've got some really good songs to give them, and then we're just kind of like haven't really got to the point where we're like, these songs are good enough for fucking John. uh, so maybe like self-editing too much, but yeah, we're just until we got more songs that we're really proud of. And we might even go back and say like, okay, like what are our best 5 songs through all these years, and get them remade, um, re-record it and remixed with John would be fucking killer.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's I think I might need to ask John to get on here because I also enjoy talking to people mixing and mastering as well, since that is one of the things that I do. And honestly, I didn't know that you did it as well. I always thought you always sent it off to somebody.
Well, I hope that's a good thing. Yeah, no, I've always tried to like make as professional mixes as I can. Um, I I mean, I've always been into like the rock music thing, but for a little while there, I was DJing, producing a lot. Um,
Paying as well. Okay, what?
yeah, yeah, I know, right? Jesus, when would that have been?
How old are you even?
Yeah, no, I'm 33. No, I'm not. I'm 34.
34.
What's
My
my age again?
34 and
Yeah,
all this is happening.
yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm on the go. So when I started DJing when I was 17. So I was making music and that sort of thing. And my buddy who was 19 was like, I don't know if it was a confidence thing or if he just wanted someone to witness what he was doing, but he's like, I've got DJ gigs. Like, can you come too? So I was like, fuck yeah, I'll come too. So I'm only 17, but I'm in the bars. Um, they don't ID the DJ,
Oh,
which is probably where the drinking problem started.
oh,
Um,
oh, gee.
so yeah, so I went. So I was DJing shit from like 17 until pretty much like I was 24, I guess. Um, Parties, that sort of thing, but also mixing in my own shit. So if I had techno beat or something like that, I was working on like it can't just drop off. You lose the whole floor. So your shit needs to be good next to the pro stuff, um, which kind of gave me an ear for things being decent on a mix, I guess. Um, and stuff sounds cool in your bedroom, all that reverb and shit, but like you put it out on the dance floor and no one can hear those words or the snare. You really got to simplify shit.
Yeah, it's always for. I found when I first started, I found like clarity was probably like the biggest thing I had to like grasp. Um, I mean, I have monitor speakers just right in the uh, like I actually have this big I guess the best way to describe it is like a J shaped desk,
Mhm.
And so this is actually the back of it where you just console for practice and shows. Right here, there's like a TV over here, and then here's like where all the computer stuff is. So the computer's like right here. Speakers are in like these two little cupboards. Like, yeah. So I basically just drilled a few holes out and cables to pass through. And I was like, I have something to keep them off the ground, but I have like no like rubber matting or anything, so I have to constantly like put my head and angle my ears.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, is this good enough? And then once we like, before my ears get fatigued, I'll run a master, and I'll be like, okay, let's go car test this.
yeah. No, I found like I've gone through phases where I'm like, I'm gonna take my mixing seriously. Um, I've had the KRKs, I've had the sub, and I'm like really careful trying to treat my room, whatever the fuck I was thinking there. Um, and I just found like, I don't really know. And the more I'm listening to it, the less I know what I'm listening to. And like the tracks that like me and my buddies will just like we'll be drinking and making tweaks while it's happening. They come out way better than the one that I'm like really serious in my room about. So I kind of just like, this is stupid. So I've gotten way more into just letting other people mix my shit. Um, take some of the bias out and honestly speeds up the process a lot. Like I'll spend a whole summer mixing a fucking song if I don't have a deadline.
Kind of sounds
Um,
like Kanye West, basically.
yeah, right.
Kanye was like a producer, and he was like doing all these like phenomenal beats, and he was making his own, samples that sounded like samples from years prior, and then all of a sudden he gets big, and he's like, all right, other people mix my stuff.
Right. Well, you just get to get dirty that way, right? You can make a song, get it going, send it to someone else to do all that mixing is pretty cool. Especially like, I mean, the last 2 years have been pretty light for the Goodbye Summer, but like the meaty years, like we're gigging all the fucking time. To the point where it's like we weren't even making any goddamn music anymore. Like it was kind of annoying. Like I felt like we were a Goodbye Summer cover band. Like we're
Oh,
just covering the hits. Fucking, it was pretty stupid. Or like we'd start writing a song and then like we've got songs. I remember we were coming home from we were coming home from Punkocalypse in Fredericton. I think it was 2022, 2023. Wrote a song. We were fired up about it. Started jamming it like that weekend. Wrote a couple more songs. Like we had like a whole like EP on our way to a new record started. Um, None of that's recorded yet. Still,
damn.
yeah, because we're just like so busy playing shows that we're like, well, we can't record this weekend. We got a jam, right? We got fucking show coming up, And oh, what songs were we playing? Fucking the ones that everybody wants us to play. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
fucking, and the tail starts wagging the dog, which really got us to just fuck off for a while. Like we're pretty much on hiatus all year. Like we haven't played a show since July of last year. Um, so we're playing our first couple shows this weekend. I have pneumonia.
hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah, dude. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
But no, those are two. So one is the Friday is Monty's. Saturday was
We're gonna play here
Annex.
in we're gonna play here in Kentville at the Tower, which is
What
above
is
King's Iron Pub.
King's Arms? Okay, so that's the Kentville location of King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one it's kind of like a Gus's pub vibe. I
Oh,
call it like it's like Gus's but cleaner. Like it's about the same size, same cap, same kind of stage layout.
really? People
Uh,
talk so highly of the tower. I didn't expect it to be so like.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a nice spot, right? It's quaint, but it's about the same size as Gus's. Um, there was never really shows there, so fuck. When was so there's a Kentville Patties as well. I don't know if you
Yes.
know that. That place, I was there for like a work event one time, and upstairs they had like this room. I'm like, shit, what's up with this room? There's no real stage, but it was like something you could like put a drum kit on, and then like there was some tile around that everyone could just stand on for the rest of the band. Um, and at that point, like there was never really any shows in Kentville. Like I think like in the 2000s, like Alexis on Fire came to town, like and like Berwick protest the hero, like that circuit cancer bats went through the valley like once upon a time. But other than that, I don't think anything had fucking happened.
Jeez.
So there's no option to play shows locally. Um, but I was like, fuck it, like I want to throw shows in Kentville and see if we can get something going. Um, so my first shot at it was Patty's in Kentville upstairs, and it was a shit show. So like I want to say the cap was 80. I thought it was 100, so I sold 100 tickets. And like the day of, like the manager's like, no, we you can't do that. So I'm like, shit. So I start like refunding tickets, which is like a good problem to have, but also like shit.
Oh no, too
Um,
much butter on my lobster.
yeah, right. So I had to so I had to offload people. Um, and then like I had to like there's no gear there, there's no stage there. So I had to get PA and mixer, everything
Oh,
needed to be brought up there. And they weren't like prepared for like a crowd like that either. Like they're just not their scene, right? So it was a good show. Like everyone had fun. We got paid. It was good, but it was just like a lot of work. But the good story is while I was there, Joey from the King's Arm was there, and he came up after. He's like, "Hey, like, you got to do this at my spot across the street." And to which I was like, "Dude, I've been emailing you about the spot across the street, and you haven't hit me back once."
oh, I
But
love that when you call them out for that and they're like, "Oh shit, my bad, my bad."
yeah. But he had seen the band. He's like, okay, I like the band. Your band's got to play. Get some of these bands to play. It's gonna be sweet over at my spot. And his spot was great. He didn't charge us to use the room. It had a bigger cap. Bar was ready to go. There was already a mixer and speakers and a stage. So all I had to do was fucking sell tickets and bring a drum kit, really. Um, and then so we started throwing shows at the tower. We started doing like 4 a year, sold them out every time.
Yum.
Um, yeah, so far we've sold out every single show we've done at the tower. Um, being fully honest, this weekend's not sold out. I don't know. Hopefully it does by the time it rolls around. We still got some days, but usually it's been sold out like weeks ahead of time, which has been really cool. So like now there's like a little bit of a I can't really say there's a scene in Kentville because all the only Kentville band is us. Um, but like people hit me up and want to play in Kentville. Um, so we've got shows going down here now, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, the town over in Wolfville. You ever tried the anvil?
Yep. Also, they didn't know what to do with it really. And like nowadays they do, but like ever since I got the tower locked in, I was like, I don't need to fuck around with these other venues.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, but when I when I first started with like when I was booking that Patty show and hitting up King's Arm, I was also hitting up the Ville. Um, and the Ville eventually got back to me, but they didn't know what to do with it. They're like, I don't know, we don't do that kind of thing. Like, how do you want to do it? And I'm like, fucking, how do I want to do it? Give me the keys to the goddamn venue. Tell me when I can play. You know?
When they do live music and DJing, like,
No, they do it all the time now. This would have been, I don't know, I guess before they got doing that.
no, you know what?
Or
No, you're completely right. When I started doing shows with Brandon back in 2023, it was just Patties that had music, and then it was
mm-hmm,
Anvil that had DJ, and then I
mm-hmm.
noticed everybody that was working at Patties, so like Caleb and like basically a good chunk of Coleraine, and then a bunch of other people that liked Coleraine, they all just moved from Patties over to King's Arms Commons, and then the music scene shifted. No more live music at Patties; it's all at King's Arms now. I
Yeah,
was like,
no,
that's wild.
yeah, it's too bad because Patty's was such a hot spot for like decades.
The open mic is still
Um,
phenomenal. It's going 30 plus years strong.
yeah, no, it's still a good kick, but it's a tough venue. It's a fucking hallway, Um,
Yeah,
but I still
and
love it.
I was
I
struggling to
still go
mix you
down.
guys. Honestly, I was struggling to mix you guys.
Oh, I bet
That
we're
friggin'
loud as fuck,
snare.
and it's a hallway. Oh, that's
That's
Joey Jordison's.
Yeah, that snare. Like everyone was like doing this, and I was like, you know what? We're just gonna not mic the snare anymore because it's loud.
Yeah, it's like miking anything in there other than the
Yeah.
vocals, maybe. Um,
We put a little
yeah,
bit on it so you can hear it in the monitors, just because like the dynamic for switching from Smiling Boy and Friends to the Goodbye Summer was Brandon's such a soft singer and everything's just very like laid back, and you don't
yeah,
notice, but it's like very hard jazz chords with Smiling Boy, and then it's just a straight groove. And we had Alec at the time, who was a robot.
right.
Then
Alec rules.
Alex fucking phenomenal. Then all of a sudden, switch over to Goodbye Summer, and I'm like, fuck, everything's loud.
Yeah, we are loud. Uh,
You know what I'd love to see just as a joke one time? It would probably still sell out anyways, but the place would probably be like, we don't know what to do with this. Church.
Church would be sweet. Yeah.
Church would probably sell. You know what's wild about church? Though? I don't know if you've ever been to a church show. It's always $40 tickets.
I've never been to a church show. Now I've seen like some footage, and of course I've been there before. Great Bangkok noodles. Uh, but yeah, $40 tickets, man, that's steep. But it's one of those things where it's like the area is so starved. $40 tickets.
Yeah, that's the only spot that
It's
I've
not like
seen
it's
that
not
does
like
$40
Halifax where you
tickets
can just
that's
throw a
out of
show for 10
HRM.
bucks. Yeah,
Yeah, like
right.
it's $10 shows. Like that's what I do. I do 10 or 15. If there's more bands, there's like a lot of performers are gonna perform tonight. $15, right? If I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
four
Mm-hmm.
band acts and there's probably like 16 people in total, yeah, I'm gonna do $15 at the door. There's 16
Yeah.
performers I gotta be fed, including myself.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we I usually do $20 at the tower, and mainly because otherwise it's just gonna sell so damn quick.
And is it
People are gonna
just
buy.
solo shows?
No, so these would be like 4 bands.
Okay, that makes sense. So $5 a band. That's reasonable.
Yeah, yeah, not bad. Well, even still though, I mean, if that was in Halifax, assuming it wasn't a big band, $10, $15 would be normal, right? But down here, it's just like it's the only thing happening for months. Sells out quick. Although obviously, I'm regretting that this time it hasn't sold out yet. I mean, I should have had cheaper tickets.
What is it? $20 again this time?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like what? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's my place to ask, but what are we talking? Like 60% sold, 70%?
Yeah, we're about 50 right now, which is
50?
light. Yeah,
Oh wow.
light. Which I mean, honestly, in a room like that size, it's still gonna be a banger of a show. You got Straight Until Morning coming out of New Brunswick, who are probably gonna bring 20 people with them anyway. There's gonna be bodies in the building, but as far as just like ticket sales, I'm a little worried there. Not a huge deal, but
I mean, and it's
we've sold
probably
out every
like,
other one, so it's like whatever. It's got bound to happen someday.
I guess just push the shows harder, post on stories, post on socials, be like, hey, by the way, we're playing, or be like, tickets are 50% sold. Make sure you get your ticket in before Saturday, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, we normally do. I think what's gonna end up happening is I'm just gonna have to actually run the door for once.
Oh
When usually
no.
it's like, well, yeah, when usually it's like I don't need to bring any cash because it's sold out. I just scan people's tickets. So this time I'm just gonna have to actually work the door, and I'm sure by the once it gets going, we'll fill it up.
I have and I'm very thankful for this. I have designated door people,
That's nice. Usually it's just
and
me.
it's it was just it just so happened it just spawned basically, right? So I have two bands. I have a country band, and we play like 60s to now with a hard lean on 60s to 90s. And then my main one, which is just dad rock blues, because I wrote like blues, I wrote some pop. I've switched over to country now, but um, two of my friend and her boyfriend, they just came to like country shows, or her herself came to like my blues band show, and she was just always manning the door, and I was like, I'll just let you in for free if you man the door the whole night. She was like, yeah. So it's an extra button seat, or like if her boyfriend's there, it's two extra butts in this, and like no band actually has to like worry about rotation for like the float of,
Right.
right. So we've done that at Gus's, we've done that at like this. Oh man, I'm so Cowboy Bar and Grill, phenomenal spot. I'm sad it closed down. Um, done it at Woodside Tavern a few times. Like it was always like, hey, I got a show, I need a door person, and they're always like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I dig Woodside. We only played there once, but I like that little standalone bit spot. Great little stage, great floor. I'm down with Woodside.
Yeah, I mean it's fun until you got to fit like five tall people.
Yeah, yeah, we're a three-piece, which is nice. Now the boys are giants, but
Yeah,
I
so
don't take up much
I'm the
space.
shortest out of the band. The other front man is like half an inch or quarter of an inch taller than me, and everyone else is like above 6 foot. So we're all
Yeah,
just like sardined up on the stage. Like, hey guys, how's it going? We all got like amps everywhere. Like, what's up, guys? We're gonna play some songs for you. We're all just like
yeah,
this.
being the short guy in the band, I'm always in the back seat if we're driving anywhere, right? The boys get the front seats, and I mean, like, okay, so it's like, it's a punk band. Like, how much we're gonna really get paid out there? Like nothing. So we don't have a lot of budget for hotel rooms. So we're all gonna split the same fucking hotel room, which is gonna have two beds in it, right? So the boys are getting beds, and I sleep on the floor every single fucking time.
You should at least get us like a sleeping bag or something, or like
I
ask for
know,
an
I
extra
know.
blanket in the accommodations.
Yeah, so you'll usually like, yeah, if there's like another blanket kicking around, that's mine. Any extra pillows are mine. But yeah, the boys get the bed and I get the floor. But I get all the hype. I'm a fucking singer. It's cool. But it's rough. Also, traditionally, I guess traditionally I would probably sleep less than them. Um, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I can picture that. That's funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I can just see. I mean, mind you, yeah, I know those guys are friggin' towering tall, and I can just.
Yeah, fucking couch dog.
Oh man, there's I mean, yeah, you guys have done numbers at the tower. I saw some posts from the guys from the time again. I said like, oh, you guys can fill Gus is out on a Sunday. Like Jesus Christ, like I when it came to when it comes to like seeing like pop punk bands or just like punk bands or emo bands, it's always like there's so many people there, and I just think to myself,
Mm-mm.
my, I'm doing it wrong. I'm
Yeah,
doing
I
it
don't know.
wrong.
I don't think it was always like that. So again, I'd say we're a pre-COVID band. Back when pop punk wasn't actually that cool, it just happened to be what we made. Like I would say that most of my songs we played at a campfire, I just like them loud, fast with the fucking punk drums, thus making it a punk band and kind of pop punk. Um, but somewhere in that COVID mix, like pop punk got really fucking popular. I think like MGK came out, Blink 182 started making like a fucking comeback, and like pop punk just got really hit for a while there. I think it's kind of memed itself out now. It's like kind of old news. Um, but it wasn't a huge surprise that like people really started showing up to those shows during those like early post COVID years. Um, yeah, I think the Sunday show, like I think that must have been when Calling of Captains was in town, which is a pretty big pop punk band from I think they're from Calgary, Saskatchewan, from out west somewhere.
God damn.
They're on Equal Visions Records. They're a big band. They're good. Um, so they were playing. I think the Gus's that was packed. Now we play like we played Gus's a number of times and it's been good crowds. But I think that was the Sunday you're probably referring to.
It probably
Um,
was.
but one thing I
Because I
found
remember
with
just
that
seeing like
is like,
black and white shots, and you guys are like friggin' giving her like looking fucking the mic, like.
oh yeah, well that could have been any show. Yeah,
There was
yeah,
one
Hornell's
instance
all around.
though. Um, I think it was who is your photographer? That was another thing I want to mention. Like all these shots are fucking clean, black or white or like in color. They're so fucking clean.
Yeah, it varies. So I try to bring Scott McAdam with me anywhere I go. Um, he's Scott McAdams photography. He's from Canning. Um, how the fuck did I even find Scott? I forget how we met Scott, but I think he had like photos of birds on Facebook or something. I was like, dude, you gotta come take photos of my band. um,
Such
and
a
he,
divide. Birds, punk band.
yeah, well, listen, man, the Valley doesn't have much going on. You find one guy does something close to what you're at here and recruit him. Um, so I tried dragging him out shows. He shot our video for Letting Go, which is on YouTube, and he edited it as well, which is a monster of a fucking task. Um,
I think I is that the one in black and white? Because I remember seeing
yeah, yeah, that one's the
that.
black and white one. So he did everything to do with that. Listened to that song 15,000 times that day. Um, Josh Lavoy is probably he's big in the Halifax scene. He's at a lot of the shows as well. He takes some fire shots, like stuff that's like straight out of like a skateboard magazine, like real action shots. Um,
Doesn't ring a
he,
bell. What's his? Is he got an Instagram or something?
yeah, I feel like it's JT Lavoy or something like that. He takes a lot of our killer shots. There was this guy, Travs Takes Pics, took some good shots of us at the Seahorse. I've never seen him since. I think he was a buddy of one of the other bands. Probably All Honesty. All Honesty were really big in those days too. They've since broken up. Um, a lot of like pop punk bands were like, and those guys were a COVID band, and a lot of the bands were COVID bands. It's like they kind of shot off. They were alive for a couple summers and died out. And a lot of Halifax bands are like that. Like you probably experience it. They're kind of like mosquitoes. Like they're really only around for a season, and then they're gone. And sometimes it's maybe genre specific. Like it's a bunch of guys getting together saying, "Hey, let's make a band that sounds like Every Time I Die," or "Let's make an Iron Maiden band."
You call me right the hell out. So with me, it's like I don't like my main band. I only play in the summer, but
Yeah.
I'll do solo shows under my name, no stage name. But when it comes to summer, it's like, yeah, let's do a few shows. That's it.
Hmm.
You just see me in the summer, and that's it. And any other time, it's a solo show, or you see me in a country band, or that's it. That's all you see me. It's like, oh, he's back. Okay.
Yeah. Well, in all fairness, yeah, like I find the bands really like shows ramp up in the summer too, right? You can get on a lot more stuff. Um, but like just like the seasonality of the entire existence of some of these bands. They got a new name, new logo, new EP coming out, and it's but like the band breaks up 6 months down the road. Really seems like that's really popular. Like so many bands we played with aren't in existence now. When I see bands popping up, they're like, I don't know if they're gonna last. But then you got some mainstays like Electric Spoonful. Like those guys are here to last. Love those guys. Great dudes. The dudes from Human Missile Crisis, like they've been around and they'll probably be around.
There's
Um,
what's the punk band that I like? Art.
Candy Heart, never heard of them.
I kid you not, it just so happened. I know a handful of
Cool
people from
name.
playing in New Brunswick a handful of times. Someone was like, "Hey, one of the guys from Candy Heart is going." I haven't heard that name in a few years. They were supposed to play with us, but there was some toxicity from like a bandmate or whatever. All right, fuck it. But anyways, so he messages me and he's like, "Hey, we got a show on a Sunday at Gus's." Down. I was like, "Yeah."
Well, that's a
Um,
rarity. A sound guy at Gus's. Never heard of that.
And I was like, yeah, I can do that. I've done it for people before. That's how I was like, that was basically my like when I did it at a pop punk show 3 years ago. I was like, I'm clearly doing the wrong thing here. But anyways, so we did it, and what's funny was he was in St. John. I was in St. John that weekend as well, and I said I'll have to race you home. But yeah, it was a decent show. I mean, it was Sunday. It was cold. It came out. Um, but yeah, it was good, and I enjoyed their music. It was a trio as well. But in terms of pop punk shows, the one that I did 3 years ago, Parade Square isn't really like happening anymore. They asked me. I don't even remember the other two bands. That's bad for not. But the headliners were Sisyphus Defeat,
Okay. Yeah, I played
and
with those guys one time.
I like them a lot. I felt like I oh when they told me like yo, it's probably like the best we ever sound. Like oh my, no way, no, I'm not that good. Like, but then they were like in the agreements. I was talking to the guys at Parade Square because I knew the guys at Parade Square. They said, "What do you charge?" I said, "Well, 25% of it." And they said, "Well, how's 20? Because there's four bands." Um,
Hmm.
so then they go, some random girl, I think that was a girlfriend of one of the other bands. They go, "Are you the sound guy? Are you Mr. Sound Guy?" I go, "Yeah." They go, "Here's your money." I open it up, and I was like 20% at the door. That was shaken on. I open up, it was like $142. I was like, 700. I was like, I'm doing the wrong thing here. I did not expect $710 worth of people to come through that fucking door. I'm clearly doing it wrong.
Right. Oh man, that's decent.
But if you
I
ever do come down here, try and get with Sisyphus again, or Candy Heart might be a bit of a stretch to bring them down from St. John. But also another good band. They played recently with Sisyphus Defeated a whole week ago. Bazooka Joel. You ever heard of them?
okay. I've heard of them. I don't know their sound, but
They are
they've
nerd rock.
And they've been on the go for a little while. I think I've seen their name pop up on a few different things.
Joel
Yeah, Bazooka
Langis.
Joel, great fucking name. Sisyphus Defeated though, yeah, interesting. So they played right before us at that show at Gus's for Calling All Captains. It was Sisyphus, us, All Honesty, and Calling All Captains. Actually, and Sudden Waves. Tons of fucking bands on that bill.
What, like 6 bands on for a 4 hour show?
Yeah, we're like five on a Sunday.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Unless I'm getting something twisted there, but I'm pretty sure that was that gig. But yeah, Sisyphus were cool. It was a cool sound, like kind of folky emo. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the best way to describe them. And I've had them on a few shows with my country band. I threw them on. I was like, got a country show, want to be a part of it? And they're like, oh yeah, not really country. I was like, yeah, like your stuff.
Right.
And then I have yet to see Joel, but like I listened to one of their songs, and like when they say they're nerd rock, I mean they are nerd rock.
Mhm.
Like one of the songs that I heard was like literally like talking about the plans to blow up the Death Star.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I was like, this is, and it sounded punk too. I was like,
Hmm.
is I like this. I would probably get Bazooka Joel if I was doing a little more heavy. Definitely wouldn't put it with a country band. I'd probably do it with the blues and dad rock band. And I'd probably like with those guys specifically, I'd be like, oh headline, flip a coin, who wants to play last, you know.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Deadline.
But yeah,
I'll
that's
probably
that.
check them out after this call.
Yeah, Bazooka Joel is great. Joel Langis is he looks like John Lennon. That's the best way to
Okay.
describe him. Yeah, it looks like mid 60s John Lennon.
Fuck yeah.
But anyways, real pleasure to get to see you. I think it's been like 3 years since I've talked to you. Almost 3 years.
Yeah, I don't really know. I was looking through our Instagram. I was like, when the fuck was that show? Quite frankly, I forgot Brandon's stage name, so I was like, I gotta find out what that was. Um,
Sadly, I got all my Instagrams uh like Meta just I had to start fresh on everything. That was probably why you were thinking, why
rough.
Michael added me back? Like, what did I do? You know, a lot of people were doing that. Like, what happened to your old account? Or I was like, Meta destroyed.
Well, I honestly, if it's been a few years since I talked to someone, if I get a notification that it's their birthday, I delete them. So I thought that
What?
I deleted you. Yeah, which is terrible, I know, but I just get so many people from like all the years rubbing shoulders and shows and shit like that. That I'm
Damn.
like, if I haven't talked to you in a little while and it's always on their fucking birthday, I will delete them.
Damn, what a
It's
birthday
it's like
present.
a it's a daily thing I do. Yeah,
That's tough. But
it's
yeah,
tough.
no,
Yeah,
I with people that I really like vibe with in terms of like playing with shows or something, or like like other bands, or like meeting other members of bands if I only knew like none of them. It's always good to like chat, friend everybody, and then try and stay on as best of a basis as I can.
well, fuck yeah. You never know who's gonna have a gig available, man.
Oh yeah. And it's always hard now because like I'm not trying to like twist the arm, be like, oh, the 2 bands I have don't even come close to the genre you do. Like you don't want country. You definitely don't want country opening for you. You don't want blues dad rock opening for
No, no, probably not. And
you.
likewise, I don't know that I want to get in front of your crowd, but not to say I wouldn't.
I mean, the Halifax crowd is always, again, remember like that 4 band of like 4 band act of emo and punk and pop punk and all that stuff, and then like the place was damn near filled. I was like, oh my,
Right.
I was like, okay, so this ain't going anywhere. 3 years ago, still hasn't gone anywhere.
No, that's right.
Um,
It's a great place to play.
some other bands. Oh, what's another good guy that's playing a lot? Pierce Sweeney. That name come on your radar recently?
No.
No, he is punk, I guess. I mean, if you go listen to his music, you'll think like, jazz. What the fuck is this? But the most recent stuff that he does and like the cover choices that he does, the best way to describe him is punk because he'll always be like on pop punk like posters,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I'm surprised I've never seen him.
one of those guys that's like sweating at the end of it. Crazy.
Well, fuck. Yeah, good. Goes Buck. Yeah, I mean, I'm usually sweating at the end of it, but not for anything miraculous. Just being out of shape, I guess.
Oh no, you'll be sweating after one.
Oh fuck yeah! Right, true. Bring a fan.
Bring a fan.
That's the
Bring
one big
water.
tip. Bring a fan, delete people on their birthday. Lots of takeaways.
Well, my birthday's coming up in like 3 Wednesdays from now.
You're good for at least another year and a half, dude.
Jesus. Jesus. Oh, man. It was good talking to you. It was good finally catching up.
Yes, man.
And I'm glad that this is actually the first time I've done not in person for the podcast. Funny about like I've done out of studio. I've done a few like special edition episodes where it was like open mics and I just bring a SD card recording mixer and go. I'm no stranger to that. But this is the first time of me actually being like, I want to get somebody, but neither of us want to drive an hour. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's a good system. It really opens up the doors for you too on who you want to get going, right?
Right. I might do this a little more now. It was one thing I was scared about was like, oh God, is OBS gonna work?
Right. Well, hopefully it does. I guess it did.
Like I'm again, just I'll state again. Like I'm staring at. I can see this in my peripherals. Input and output are just constantly going like.
Going off. Got like a fit.
Yeah. So every time you're talking, I'm like, it's always linked perfectly. Every time I'm talking, it's linked perfectly. So should be no issues whatsoever. And
fuck yeah, man.
I definitely give this an option now instead of in person because a lot of people like honestly. You were actually supposed to be the first episode of the news, and I forget what happened.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I forget what fell through.
Oh, me for sure. I forget what we had on the go in April, but something came up that I couldn't do this. It might have even just been a jam.
Oh, no, you know what it was? You had the flu.
Oh my God, why am I so sick all the time?
Man, why is everyone so sick?
I don't know.
My not in a good way. So goddamn sick. We'll play a show, and then he's like out of commission for like 2 weeks. He's like, oh man, I'm so sick.
Right, I actually do remember that now. Yeah,
and I was like,
fucking sick, and I don't know why.
All right, we're gonna postpone a week, guys. Apologies.
Right,
but no,
it's been nice. I'm flattered to have been your first for the remote interview conversation.
Yeah, it's giving 2020. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's cool though, and like I said, it gives you more options on who you can chat with and win. So that's always 100%. A win too.
I'm probably gonna start reaching out to people like, hey guys, we're actually if you don't want to drive a long day.
Yeah, right. You can do 2 a day. You can do them at midnight.
No, I don't know about that. There's a curfew here, you
Yeah.
know.
No, I know that. No, but great, again, dude.
Thank you very much, Josh.
No, appreciate you,
man. I hope to see more shows. Hopefully, I can get out to more shows. I'm constantly playing myself. I'm almost like damn near once or twice a week.
Fuck so yeah. No, it's good to be out there, sharpen the axe.
Yeah, it's always good.
Or maybe dull it.
Dull the axe. I'm gonna have to dull the axe a little bit because I want to go support my friends, you know.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Well, we're playing Monty's on Friday.
I got my open mic, sadly.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a better time.
No, Monty's where it's at, dude.
No, it's gonna be sweet. Like I said, it's gonna be good this summer. Life Laugh record year. It's gonna be a fucking party at Monty's this Friday.